Hi guys, today I am bringing you a book haul. I will start with the books that I got right at the beginning of the year. The first one being A Bottle in the Gaza Sea by Valerie Cinnati. I read this in January. I didn't really talk about it in my wrap-up video because I didn't have much to say about it. I don't remember much about this, but basically it's about this Israeli girl who writes this letter and puts it into a bottle and throws it into the sea. And it arrives in Pakistan, where this boy just finds it on the beach, and this correspondence between the two starts. Then I also got Grace in Style by Grace Helbig, which is not a fashion book. It is about fashion, but not as you would think it is. It's more entertainment. It is about style, but in a different sense. Caravella by Stephanie Garber. All I know about this is that it's about a circus, and people have compared it to the Night Circus, which I actually have not read. But even though I haven't read the Night Circus, I'm drawn to things that are compared to the Night Circus because I feel like the Night Circus might become one of my favorite books if I read it eventually. And people have compared it to this, and people have been loving this, which is why I bought it. A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. This has been on my radar since it came out last year. This is about Sherlock Holmes' descendant, basically. I've heard great things about it. I don't know what happens in this book. I just know that this is about Sherlock Holmes and Watson's descendants. I pre-ordered this book, and it still took 3 weeks after the release date for this book to arrive at my house. In my opinion, pre-ordering a book means I'm gonna get it, if not on the release date, at least a day or two after, but not 3 weeks after. Okay, maybe it wasn't 3 weeks, 2 weeks maybe, but still. The Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. I mean, I've had it for a week now and I still haven't read it because I'm overwhelmed with the other books I'm currently reading, but that's not the point. I pre-ordered this book, and I expected it to arrive on the release date. Anyway, this is the third and last book in the Shades of Magic series, which is an adult fantasy trilogy. This is huge, and I am kind of terrified to start this, but I'm still so excited! I received an arc of Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shana Mcguire, so I did not think it would happen, but I sent them an email, and they replied back, and I got an arc of this book, which I still can't believe, because I've been going on and on about how publishers won't send anything to Germany, and that's been the case with most publishers. They just ignore me, but Tor.com did not. So a huge thank you once again to Tor.com for sending me this, and especially to Amanda for being such a wonderful person in the emails we've been writing. Down Among the Sticks and Bones is the sequel to Every Heart a Doorway, both by Shana Mcguire. In Every Heart a Doorway, we follow kids that have traveled to different worlds. We follow them as they come back and have trouble adjusting back to the normal world, so they are sent to Eleanor West's Home for Wayward Children. And there's a bit of a murder mystery going on in the first book, and in this book we follow some characters that were in the first book, but this takes place before the events of the first book. I mentioned some of my thoughts in my February reads, which I will link down below. I will film a more in-depth review for this closer to the release date, which is in June of this year, so it's not too long. And the last novel I have to talk about today was another pre-order, and I pre-ordered from Amazon again. I was hesitant after what happened with A Conjuring of Light, but it was cheaper on Amazon, and it actually arrived on the release date, so kind of forgave Amazon again for what they did with A Conjuring of Light, but I'm still like, Anyway, the book I'm currently talking about is The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon, which is book 3 in the Bone Season series. The Bone Season is a fantasy series which takes place in London, in alternative London with clairvoyant people, and our main character, Paige, she's a dream walker. I'm gonna leave links for all the books that I mentioned down below in the description box if you want to read more about them on Goodreads. This is the third book, and I'm very excited to read it. I don't know when I'm gonna read it because, as I mentioned, I'm very overwhelmed with my reading at the moment. Hopefully it will happen soon, because as I've been told, the ending is probably gonna mess with me. As much as I love this new cover design, can I just, here, you'll probably see when I put it up, but do we see how these do not match? This is the Bone Season, the original cover, and it's tiny compared to this one. I knew the covers were gonna be different, but did they have to change the size of the book? How annoying is that? Now I still have a few manga that I've bought recently. Just gonna shortly mention these because I've already talked about them plenty. My Little Monster by Rubiko, volumes 9, 10, 11, and 12. I've already finished this series. I think I talk about it in my January reads again. And I also bought volumes 1 and 2 of Blue Spring Ride by Io Sakisaka, yes. A few weeks ago I was in a weird mood and I just wanted to read all the manga I could find, and this was one series I had picked out that I wanted to read, but right now I don't remember what it's about. It's a shoujo manga, so it's about romance, and it's probably gonna be cute, I hope, and not problematic, because I've had some bad luck with that. I'm really hoping I'm gonna like this. I really like the art style. So these are all the books that I've received this year so far. A lot more than I want them to be. I have a serious problem. I'm very slow with my reading at the moment, but I just keep buying books. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Tell me down below if you have read any of these books. And that was it for this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!